Welcome to this week's Leadership Moment. I was reflecting this week on an old Indian parable. It's a story of four blind people that lived in a village, and it was their first time that they heard that there was a never seen before elephant that had arrived into the village. And so they made their way over to the elephant, and they all took a different side of the elephant and began to feel it to understand what it actually looked like. And as you can imagine, one of them said that it's sharp and it's tough and it's pointy. And another one says it feels like a wall, pretty rough wall. Another one says, no, it's almost like the trunk of a tree. And finally, the last one said, it's almost like a snake. And so they started arguing, and they started to complain and give their different perspectives depending on what side of the elephant that they were feeling. There's some variations to this story. In one of the variations, it talks about how they got so angry with each other that they started to harm one another. And in another story, it wasn't blind people, they were blindfolded. And finally, they took off that blindfold and were able to kind of see what we know as to be an elephant. Another story talked about how another passerby came that did have sight and explained to them that they were just seeing a small part of the elephant and helped them to understand what that totality of that elephant looks like when you combine all of them together. And I'm reminded about that story in our work these days as leaders, and this idea how we might be seeing something in a very small point of view, and we might need some other people to lean on to help us to see a different picture. It might be that we're having a conversation with somebody else. We see very clearly what something looks like, and somebody else sees something different. Rather than telling them that they're wrong or get angry, we need to step back and realize they may be looking at things from a different perspective. And so it's an opportunity for us to come around and to help them to see that. And in turn, it might be that as we try to explain to them what we're seeing, they might help us to understand what we're seeing also. And we get a bigger picture through that. So the challenge for this week is that as you're thinking about the challenges that happen in your work, that you take that time to take a step back and look at things from a different point of view and try to get in the eyes of the others that are taking a look at it from maybe a different perspective. Maybe it's you that needs to take a different perspective also, and so that you can see it from different angles. So with that, I hope you have a great week, and this is your Leadership Moment.